Here with Washington State women's basketball head coach Kamie Ethridge. Coach, your team picks up a 61-52 victory over Washington to sweep the season series. Just talk about the big win over the Huskies, and then we'll open the floor for questions.
Yeah, obviously tale of two halves. We weren't very good. We weren't very solid in the first half on either end of the floor. We didn't guard them well. Again, a lot of credit to UW. They do some unique things defensively and offensively. You know, they get shots, you know, that our posts don't usually have to guard, fives that step off and curl behind penetration. So we just made some mistakes, and they made us pay for everything that happened. That second quarter, they just took it to us. So I was really encouraged just coming into halftime and how loose our team was and how they were kind of giggling, and it felt like they were okay. I mean, they knew what they had to do. They knew we could be better, and obviously came out and had a tremendous second half on the defensive end, and did enough on the offensive end to kind of get us going, and easy baskets, and not relying so much on hard twos and things like that. So got to be happy with it. It's a rival game, and I love the fact that we played so well in the second half.
We'll open the floor up for questions. We'll start with Karthik from Crim. Go ahead, Karthik.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, as far as, this game goes, avoiding a bad loss as the NCAA tournament resume goes moving forward. In that regard, how big did you feel this was, for moving forward as postseason comes around?
Yeah. I think everybody knows we need to be over 500. We obviously, this puts us over 500. That certainly helps. I know the NCAA will take people under 500, but and I think from our perspective, everything we've heard is that we just needed a couple of wins. We just need wins. It maybe doesn't matter too much about who we play, but we need some wins. Our net's pretty good. I don't think it can. We've played all the best teams in our league, so I clearly knew we needed to win this game. I knew if we didn't win this game, we would have had to make a deep run into the tournament to probably get in, but we're still planning to do that. So we want to be in the tournament for a long time, but it certainly feels good the way we bounced back and how we played the second half. That encourages me, again, just in our maturation, how we figure things out, and how we really turned the tables a little bit on a we were kind of upside down there for a second. So it's a good win.
Thanks.
Jamie Vinnick, Kook fan, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Career high for Yo, 23 points. She just got going really right out of the gate, not just with scoring, but with assists and rebounds as well. On a game where maybe Charlize wasn't at her absolute best efficiency-wise, just 5 of 15, and Crystal was fairly quiet offensively. Talk about how big that was to get that kind of game from her.
We've been just really talking a lot to her and trying to get her to, we keep saying, hunt your shot a little bit more. And I think obviously, you walk into a program, you're from JUCO, you don't know anybody, you got sisters around you, you got people that know each other, and you're you're on the starting lineup, but you're odd man out sometimes. And I think that's how she's felt. I think she's very sensitive to all that. And I don't think it's taken her a while to really get comfortable and really have the confidence and feel the confidence from her teammates. And I think that's a big part of it, is that she knowing that everybody wants her to shoot those shots and look for her shot more and get double figures. And she is a good passer and a good ball handler. So having that dimension with her on the floor and playing at this high of level, man, that is so big. And if we can keep her numbers up like this, or just making it, spread the floor and making her be a threat, it leaves more room for other people that they can't double off of. So I can't say enough about how her game's really grown and her confidence has grown, and it's at the right time because we really need it.
Talk about Bella a little bit too. She was kind of quiet in the first half, had some foul trouble, comes back second half, made all her shots, 4 for 4, a couple of key blocks. Can you talk about how she just really kind of changed the game and kind of imposing her will in the paint, especially as you guys went on that run?
Yeah, we talked a lot about that. They just got us real finesse oriented, and we stood around on the perimeter, and we had littles on our bigs, and our bigs were just getting, shoved off the lane, and we just didn't take advantage of it in the first half, and really encouraged Bella just to be a big presence and Ula to be a big presence in the low block. And she ran the floor hard. Blocks were great. She cleaned up some defensive mistakes. again, you get the emotional highs and lows with Bella, but she's growing and she's getting better at that, and she wants to be good for her teammates, and I think she's making big strides. This is another example. She had a bad first half and she turned it around and had a great second half, and that's a great sign. A lot of players would be in the tank, and young players don't ever recover from that. But I love that she came back and really responded the right way.
Talk about the team's the overall resilience. Down 11 with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. It maybe even, I don't know if it felt like this for you guys, but it feels like the tournament kind of is starting. I don't want to say to slip away, not to be over dramatic, but in that sense. And you guys just, it clicks, and all of a sudden a 14-0 run, and then never really look back from there. Can you just talk about your team's toughness, both mentally and physically, to kind of erase that deficit, go on a run, and come out here with a win?
Yeah, I mean, one thing that really hurt us is, Ula doesn't play in the second quarter. And so I'm looking at this, and our plus-minus chart, she's 21 plus 21. So basically you could look at that and go, well, Ula's a big part of what we do, and she calms us down. And, she's a good enough ball handler and shooter and smart. So you look at that. So we managed without Ula on the floor, had a bad second quarter, but it just shows a lot about our team. And we talked about that in the pregame about, kind of being a boxer. And at some point, someone stops throwing punches, and just being that team that, yeah, we know we're going to get hit. Yeah, we're going to have to manage things. But can you get hit and just keep getting up and throwing another punch and believing that one of those punches is going to knock the other team out, and maybe they stop punching, and it may not happen until late in the game. And I just felt like we did that in this game. We did that even when we got the lead, and then it went to 2, and then we came out of that timeout and made play after play after play. So just threw some punches right back at them. So I'm just really proud of our development and mindset, competitiveness, and how we stuck together and played with just that level of energy in that second half.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.